have some beef.
We do.
So I talked about my beef with Joey. You want to talk about your beef with me?
You see,
I dragged him
over here at Nightmare Dragon Gaming, we're the equivalent of Wendy's, because we have the beef for sandwiches. But,
Joey?
yeah?
That's Arby's.
That is Arby's. That is Arby's.
You fool!
I know, Wendy's was Where's the Beef?
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was their old, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyways!
Anywho.
So, here comes your reckoning.
Yeah, I flayed you last episode, now it's your turn.
No, much deserved though. Like I said.
Oh no, I deserve mine
Part
too.
of my friendship. Well, no, I can't.
Not in this.
Not in this.
Not on my Christian Minecraft server.
but no. So, but yeah, like I said, in the words of Eric, I was a little jerk. Look what you did, you
little jerk.
But yeah, and so I remember we were talking about this years later, and you know, we were talking about like, yeah, you remember how bad we were back then, how we had like 60 cards decks, and like it was all like.
Well, we wanted to add in more cards.
Yeah, like we're like, oh man, there's not enough.
Like we'd sneak in like a 61st or 62nd card.
And then Eric says, he's like, yeah, I remember that. You remember when I always used to put Red Eyes Black Dragon and Red Eyes Black Chick at the top of my deck? And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, I always snuck it up there. I'm like, I just thought you were really lucky. And he's like, yeah, and I always got Toon World like first hand. I'm like, what?
Okay, no. Toon World was actually a lot sneakier because
that you had like a shuffling strategy.
Well, here's the thing with Red Eyes. What I do is like when you went to the bathroom or something, I'd literally go through the deck, find them both, and put them on top, and then you like an idiot would just trust that I shuffled. But then with I
was but a boy. Now I'm a man.
But yeah, with Toon World, what I do is, so back in the day, we couldn't shuffle our decks right. So what we do is we just take the cards and be like, you know, just have our piles like 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do like piles of 6, and then like in random order we'd like put them back. However, what I do is I'd put Toon World on the bottom of the deck every time because there's no rule against putting a card on the bottom of the deck. And what I do is I just remember which card was the last one. And I'd always get Toon World in my first hand, for better or for worse, because sometimes that 1,000 life points would have saved me in the duel.
Well, didn't you end up running Upstarts later or something?
Well, everyone ran Upstarts, but it didn't matter. It gave the opponent life points.
What?
Unless you're playing Nurse Burn.
Nurse Burn.
You know what that is, right?
I do not.
There's this card. It's actually a very expensive card called Nurse Reficule, the Fallen One. And she was only available in like in a video game. Like you can only get her by buying this one video game.
Huh. And
she was like an exclusive card to that. And what happened was, this card, its effect, it's a level 4 monster, not that much attack points if I remember correctly, but its effect is if any life points that would be gained is instead inflicted as damage.
Huh.
So say Upstart Goblin says draw 1 card and your opponent gains 1,000 life points. Now it's draw 1 card and your opponent takes 1,000 damage. And you just keep doing that.
That's no!
And you just keep doing a bunch of life gain effects until they died. But it was funny. You know what they could do? You know what people could do though?
What?
What you could do is like say you you could like say they activate that, then you compulse the nurse, and then you gain the life points instead.
Huh.
So you could like work around it.
Yeah. What was I gonna say though? Do you remember the card Victory Dragon?
Yes. How could I forget?
I remember I traded to get that card, and I still have it somewhere. And I remember we were all we thought
that was my card. I had that card, and then I traded it away for some odd reason.
Well, you must have traded it to me.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I remember having it.
I think I did trade it to you, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know, I know that I traded it away.
Joke's on him, I stole it.
Like my Gandon card?
Hey, I didn't steal your Gandon card!
I swear I don't remember giving.
You gave that to me!
And I trust you enough that
And I hung it up on the wall and never touched it again.
Yes, yes, you did. Youth outrage. It's a water fighting type.
It was a card that Eric made for one of his card games, trademark.
Trademark, copyright, all rights reserved.
And like it was the archetype he made for me and everything. And let's call it. I had the original card, and he's like, yeah, I would love to know where that is. I'm like, oh, I have it.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, and I'm like, you gave it to me a long time ago.
I'm like, I don't remember that.
I gave it back.
You did give it back.
I could have been like, no, it's mine now. Threw it in a paper shredder. Never looked back. But
You know, I still have Mike looking for my copy of the like Gaius.
Oh, really?
He still can't. Neither of us can find it.
Oh, did you give it to him?
I don't know. I'm checking everywhere. Cause I don't know where the heck it
You're
went.
a sleep giver.
I'm a sleep giver. Sleep eater.
Sleep eater?
From Chowder. Remember, he'd like have too many midnight snacks, and then like he turned into essentially like a giant bear monster.
Oh yeah,
at night, and then he'd eat everything.
Yeah.
I used to actually like try that on my parents. Like, you know, after they send me to bed, I'd like wait a few minutes, and then I'd like, with my eyes closed, go to like navigate down the stairs, through the hallway, past the living room into the kitchen, go in the kitchen, in the pantry, grab a bag of chips or something, and then try to walk back upstairs.
You know,
it never works.
You know, a few episodes ago, Eric talked to me about how many times he's fallen down the stairs. I'm starting to see why.
Oh, you know what the worst part is?
Yeah.
That episode's gonna come out a lot sooner than this one.
Oh.
Because we are quite ahead with Pokemon.
Well, if you're in the future, just go find it.
Excuse me.
But going back to Victory Dragon, it might have been when this was your card at the time. But
oh, when like
yeah, we were all
yeah.
In the show they like throw the cards with the two fingers. They look like real cool and everything. We were trying to look like tough stuff.
There was a lot of things in the game in the show that looked really cool. When we tried it, we looked like idiots.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
it's supposed to look cool. By the way, we beat Bruno.
Oh, cool.
We are halfway through the Elite Four.
Talking about Yu-Gi-Oh all the way through, but
we have to do it now. It's the challenge.
Honestly,
let's heal
do you
up.
doubt us?
We'll try.
But
don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Never fear.
I still remember like we were talking because like we used to play. Granted, looking back on it, it was really stupid because we could just say whatever we want and it would be the truth. But we used to, when we were riding bikes together, we would act like it was the dual runners.
Yeah, Turbo.
And be like he's like, well, activate this. He's like, oh yeah, well, I got Exodia in my hand over here.
Oh my gosh, I did that with like one of my friends in gym class.
Yeah.
We'd like fake duel with like fake archetypes. And it was funny because I had an archetype that relied on dice rolls.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I could just roll whatever the heck I want. I'll just choose what I roll.
Exactly, because we'd make up the cards because obviously we're not gonna take our priceless cards on the bikes. You know, we had
yeah,
this,
right.
We had this joke.
I synchro summon Stardust.
It was like I synchro summon the most powerful card in the game.
I synchro summon Blood Mephist. There goes $3,000.
I know we also had like we said like all the we had like a vendetta against like all the rich people in the world that could like afford like Blood Mephist and stuff like that. We're like, oh, I wipe my butt with the Blood Mephist. I use it as toilet paper whenever I run out.
I don't remember that.
You know,
not really.
Anyways, Victory Dragon.
I remember we didn't like the fact that a lot of these cards cost so much.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
oh, she has a Gengar staff.
That's awesome.
I never noticed that. That's cool.
Yeah, you want to explain Victory Dragon?
Okay, so what happened was we were doing that card flip thing, and one of my friends card flipped it behind a shelf. Like, it straight up flew over the shelf, hit the wall, and then slid ever so perfectly right between the crack. And we're just like, we just sat there and stared at it for like a minute.
It was either me or Ben, because we were the ones doing it with you.
Yeah, either you or Ben. But then like, I was just like, guys!
And, like, we literally had to like ask the guy like
if we could like move the thing to get it back. And we did get it back. By the way, you know that card's banned?
Victory Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
You know why?
Well, isn't it because, like, because I know the effect is, like, if your opponent's life points hit 0, you win? Or
You win the match.
Okay, so you win all of
You
them.
win the best 2 out of 3.
Oh, that's, no.
Well, yeah, because, like, they have, like, other match winners, but they're all prize cards, but they all have the text that says, this card cannot be used in a duel. This one does not!
Hey, you want a Victory Dragon? I'll give you a good price on it.
All of you didn't realize it was banned.
It's totally not banned. Just came off the ban list 5 seconds ago.
Oh gosh, what came out? Something else came off the ban list recently. I don't know what it was though. I know Super Poly's not banned anymore. So now Shadalls are gonna make a comeback. Now we've got both Super Poly and Construct back at 1. Because Construct is no longer banned.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, she's at 1. I was thinking about it for a sec, but then I was like,
Not worth it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to build any like brand new decks at this point.
Yeah,
I just kind of want to like mess with the ones I have.
Well, here's the thing.
But I think I told you, I want to get rid of a lot of my decks just because I have so many.
Here's the thing. I don't want, like... You say you don't want to build new decks, but you kind of have to if you want to stay relevant. I know you don't really care about, you know, like... We're more in it for the fun than anything.
Yeah.
But, like... I was talking with this guy recently, and, where's the... Gamers,
HQ.
Is that the one in Gurney? In the mall?
Oh! Wait.
Gamers World!
That's not in Gurney.
No, they have one in Gurney now, too.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know, I know, because you're thinking the one in Hawthorne, aren't you? But I know I was talking with the guy in there, and he even said, he's like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! At the point it is now, because he's like, he's like, I could tell he was more of like a Vanguard and Magic guy.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Which, by the way, you hear that Vanguard straight up rebooted the whole game?
Well, he even said, because, we'll get into the Ben story after that about it. But,
By the way, Ben, when we tell that story, don't take offense.
we love you.
Love you, baby.
Love your schmookums. Kiss, kiss.
Schmootsy poo.
Spit a punch, spit a kick, spit a kiss.
Oh my gosh, what's that from?
It's Game Grumps.
No, Schmootsy poo.
I don't know. Probably from Friends, Janice.
My favorite, my little Schmootsy poo. Continue the story. I'm gonna think on this.
What was I? Oh yeah. But he even admitted, he's like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Still. He's like, it's a bad card game, but it's still fun to play. He's like, just because of like how cockamamie the like. That's my word of the week or something.
It is. It really
like,
is.
The rules have become with like the new format. He's like.
By the way, Joey.
Yeah.
Use Earthquake.
Use Earthquake.
Keep using Earthquake.
Well, it's up to you right now.
Well, I know, but you need to use Earthquake
Okay.
because Grunch is flying type and immune to that.
Okay, I will.
Okay, good.
Fine.
All right.
But yeah, like he even said he's like with the like.
Also, wait, I'm gonna really interrupt you for a sec. So Agatha, she says she's a Ghost type trainer. Yet not all of her Pokemon are Ghost type. But you know what type they all are?
Poison.
They're all Poison types.
Huh.
Which is kind of funny because Ghosts are supposed to be the counter to Psychic types. However, all the Ghost types in Gen 1 are half Poison type, which makes them weak to Psychic.
Poison's weak to Psychic?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I don't know why. It just is.
But
yeah, you.
But yeah,
tell your story.
But no, he was just saying, he's like, you know, a lot of these card games they may change, but like he said he was fine up until the most recent format.
Lynx?
Yeah,
I understand that
because
I completely understand.
It didn't just change, you know, like the card. It changed the game.
It did. It
like
really
the format of how you
Earthquake. Play. It's a Gengar. It's not gonna hit it. Lightning! The tide's coming in! Oh!
I think we'll have to get into the Ben story next time.
Okay.
But, it's a doozy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
well, okay, the new format is the reason I kind of want to sell off half my, like, a bunch of my decks.
Yeah.
Because I need to get these new Link monsters in order to make my decks function.
Okay, was it with Pendulum or Links that they added, like, the extra zone? Like, or like...
Okay. Pendulums added in by the extra turn.
The pendulum zones.
Pendulums added in the pendulum zones, which didn't really affect the game all that much. Okay, hang on.
I use earthquake and he's flying.
What was I saying? Oh, right. So pendulums just had the extra monster zones. No, they had the pendulum zones, which didn't overall affect the actual game that much.
Yeah.
Other than just the whole pendulums going to the extra thing, and pendulums are very self-inclusive. They didn't really do anything that much. If you wanted to use pendulums, you could use pendulums. If you didn't want to use pendulums, that's fine too. The only thing that made you want to use pendulums were the pendulum monsters themselves. Link monsters added in 2 new zones to the monster zones, and also they took away pendulum zones. Now pendulum monsters go in the spell and trap card zones, which kind of ruined all pendulum decks. Because now, if you want to be playing a pendulum deck, now you gotta be playing with a 3-card spell and trap card zone. Which double sucks for my Dino Mist deck, because we have a continuous spell card that I run at 3.
That's the thing, like,
So if I want to search 3 times, I would have to be playing with no spell and trap cards.
I feel like Zexal was the sweet spot.
For me, yeah, I like that.
Because...
Well, because you know what happened? Here's what happened. When 5Ds came out, Joe, it's your turn. Everyone loved Synchro Monsters, except for the fact that they weren't. That people thought they were a bit. They restricted you a bit.
Shoot, I should have switched.
That's dead.
Okay.
But yeah, so everyone thought that the Synchro Monsters were a bit too inclusive for because they weren't as versatile. You needed a tuner monster for those decks that couldn't run tuners. Well, then they were out of luck. But Xyz monsters were the most accessible cards up until Link monsters, because all you needed was 2 monsters at the same level. And that was it, and you're good to go.
Even the beginning of Arc V and everything, even the beginning of Arc V, they encouraged the use of different
they did, and I liked that.
Like fusions and Xyzs and
Fusion,
synchros.
Xyz, Ritual, Spirit, everything, and I loved that. I thought it was such a diverse format.
Exactly.
In my opinion, maybe I'm ignorant. But we're gonna be ignorant next time.
Next time.